Hey guys, it's Mark, SmittyM14, and this video is going to be just a little bit of an update on the US Airborne bolt action project that I'm working. Now, if I post these in the right order, my previous video should be the wrap-up of the US Marine Corps Army project. So, yay, that is complete. Really, I don't have any painted minis to show, but I have assembled, for the most part, minus the crew, the Rubicon, um, Willie's Jeep, drew a blank there for a second, and I have one of the Warlord Airborne Jeeps put together. So I want to kind of do a little bit of a comparison and kind of what I learned. I also have the hand carts, Airborne hand carts that were used during D-Day by the Airborne, obviously, since they're Airborne hand carts. And I'll show those off too. They're not painted, but just to kind of show you what they look like in the raw, and hopefully I get some painting done today because it's snowing and kind of raining outside. And it's, what, April 8th? It's the beginning of April. So the plan was today to finish one of the bookcases because it's really actually complete. I'm just going to solid up the bottom a little bit, so it wasn't going to take very long, but I have to do that in my garage. It's not heated, and yeah, I don't want to freeze today, not today, so we'll save it for next weekend. It's supposed to be nicer, fingers crossed, but this is Iowa, and the weather changes quite regularly. So anyway, enough of the ramble. I'll just show off, I'll pause the video here, turn the camera around, reset it up, and show what the Jeeps and those little hand carts have to offer. So, back in a little bit. Okay guys, here's a quick look at those hand carts, Airborne hand carts, and the Rubicon kit and Warlord Games kit as well. So first, really quick, the easy part. These are the Airborne carts by Warlord Games. They're a metal kit, obviously, 3 pieces. The wheels just get slapped onto the body, and that's it. So on this one, I did add an extra little piece of stowage just to offset the two. But there's a captured MP40 in there, some tarps, rolls, backpack, jerry can, all that good stuff. So there is that one, and this one is right out of the box, or blister pack, actually, technically. They should paint up fairly quick and be really easy to do. I will base these just based on they're kind of a little fragile. These probably get bent pretty easy or broken. So my initial thought was to take a pill-shaped base, and put them on. This is a Warlord one that you get now. It would probably work. I am not going to go this route because the wheels just hang over just maybe a millimeter on each side, and I'm going to be picky about it, I guess, and not go that route. But if any of you decide to go with these little carts in the future and don't mind that little hangover bit of it, then that would work for you. Obviously the round bases that Warlord gives you for their anti-tank guns and howitzers, the plastic lip base, that would work as well. I did think about going this route because the initial plan was these are going to be objective markers, so this is a nice size for an objective marker. But then I also thought, well, maybe I want to use it as scattered terrain at some point in time as well. So what I'm going to do is cut out either out of MDF or hardboard, excuse me, just a square base that's a little bit bigger than that pill-shaped base, and just put these on. So that's those. No need to go into any more great detail about it. When I get to painting that, I do have a book that has U.S. Army equipment and airborne equipment in it that has a picture of the cart. So I will show that at a later time. So this is the Warlord resin kit with metal pieces on it. Everything is cast in resin. I won't go in great detail because I've showed these off in a previous video. But this is what it looks like with the wheels on and the wire cutter. Now, the wire cutter probably is technically, in all the pictures that I've seen, model-wise, should be on the bumper. I had a hard time getting it to stick on there and stay well, so I think the next two that I do, I will probably sand a flat spot on the front to put this on. Now, there's not to say that somebody didn't weld one to the grill of their Jeep, so you know, it's just a welded piece on there, so it's could be one running out there. There's going to be one for me anyway. But it's a pretty good kit. Obviously pretty easy to put together. So there is that. And here is the Rubicon kit. This is Willie's Jeep. It is packaged by Rubicon to do either U.S. Standard Army or British Army, British Airborne, or SAS. So there's different machine gun options and little, you know, how you put on the spare tire, jerry cans, etc. And then there's crew for each as well. The U.S. crew is U.S. infantry, so I can't have U.S. infantry running with the Airborne. That's just not going to work. So what I will do is I will steal the metal crew and passengers and driver from one of the Warlord Jeeps and put them in here. I've already dry fitted them and they will fit fine. And what I did also is I had some Warlord metal stowage, so I did add some metal stowage on here to kind of pimp it out a little bit, make it look a little more like the Warlord Jeeps. I did have a crate glued in here, but right before I shot the video it fell off, so I'll just re-glue that in there. I just must not have hit the contact points very well. But this will run a 50 cal on my list, and it should be a fun little thing to scoot around the table. Rubicon does really good kits. This is the second one that I've done. I did their German Opel Blitz as well. Everything's typically keyed very well, so it's almost dummy proof, I guess, where you can make very little mistakes. I did make one on this one. So you can see a little bit of a gap here. Now there's a piece that, so you build the bottom part and then this top part sandwiches on there. So the part that is underneath here that you really can't see, that holds the dash in place, it wasn't keyed, or wasn't keyed well enough to where you hit that sweet spot. So originally I had it pushed way forward and I felt that's way too forward, so I did go back and put it in place. Now the grill, there's a gap in the grill, obviously you can see there, gap here, which those are okay. They won't be as noticeable as this. Trying to get the light switch in there, or the light to show in there. So this is a problem, obviously. So one of two things I'm thinking of right now anyway, either green stuffing and filling this gap, which would probably be maybe the easiest option. The other option I thought of is doing a camo net of some sort and drooping it over the back to kind of hide that, which I think the camo net would look kind of cool. It's just whether I can do it and make it look right. Another thing that would be kind of neat maybe is like a parachute that they had hung on to for some reason and drape that over the back. But the camo net is maybe the route I will go. We'll see. But that's unfortunate. I did try to glue it and clamp it, and no matter how much or how little or how much glue I used or how much I clamped it or how long I clamped it, it would still pop loose. So if you do this kit, just be cautious or conscientious of it. I won't show the instructions part, but just know that this needs to go, this piece that's underneath the hood that holds the dash needs to go up farther than what it may seem like. So I think in hindsight I might have put in the grill first and then slid that piece up. I don't think that would screw up the assembly process, but that would give you a good idea of where it needs to sit. So anyway, comparison wise, the Rubicon kit is, oops, I better put that in the viewfinder for y'all. Rubicon kit is taller and bigger than the Warlord kit. I'm going to break something eventually on this. So there is a noticeable size difference. I think it'll be okay for game wise. I'm not going to be that picky. But just, you know, if you are and you want something that fits, you know, that's what you're looking at size wise. So it is a tad smaller. So anyway, we'll wrap that up. Hopefully I get some painting done and go from there. So I hope you're all doing well, and you guys take care of yourselves, and we'll talk to you later.